Hours ago, we learned of a deadly virus that threatens the lives of the citizens of Spokane.
Tess, thanks for getting here so fast.
This is Dr. Martin. She's a specialist with the Global Health Organization.
We have 3 new cases, all presenting the same acute flu-like symptoms, but they're not responding to any of the treatment.
She's gonna be dead by the time I get the results back.
You must have some initial thoughts of what it could be.
It could be anything, from the avian flu to the bubonic plague.
We're not going to quarantine a whole town until we know what we're dealing with.
Find the source, make the diagnosis, and you'll have your quarantine.
We're counting on you.
The quicker you tell me what you know, the faster I can help all these people.
Professor Dylan Corbin. Saw him after he came back from a trip and he wasn't well.
They say he's been dead 2-3 days. Got a mosquito bite on him. And he's been to Malaysia, Rush. It's the plague.
Professor Corbin bring back more than just his luggage from Malaysia?
Are you following me?
There's more going on here than you know, Dr. Martin. They're putting something in the jet fuel. It's making people sick.
Why would they want to do that?
Keller makes a chemical called E901. When we get the E901 and we compare it with the jet fuel, maybe you can help us figure out what's hurting people. Whatever he told you is totally erroneous.
Patients are not responding to the antibiotics.
Everyone's immune systems are completely shot.
But the plague doesn't do that.
No, I know, but I think it's why they're not responding to the antibiotics.
So what, do we misdiagnose this?
No. Have you ever heard of chemtrails?
Dr. Amish Adalja, who is a senior scholar and assistant adjunct professor at the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Study. Welcome to you. Very good to have you on the program. Obviously, a terrible milestone in this current Ebola outbreak. Talk to us about the state of the outbreak, and also with regards to the speed with which Ebola now appears to be spreading. Can you catch up with something like that? Can you get on the front foot?
It's going to be very challenging to catch up to this outbreak because, as you know, this outbreak had at least several weeks to maybe months of a head start. This is caused by a rare species of Ebola, one in which the routine tests don't pick it up. And it's occurring in a part of the world where there is so much mistrust that we're having a very hard time doing the basic public health measures that we know stop Ebola outbreaks, such as contact tracing. They're unable to figure out these chains of transmission. Many people are dying in the community, which means they're not known to public health authorities, and there are massive lacks of personal protective equipment. So this is going to be something that takes maybe a year or so to get a handle on.
Hayden Panettiere's final Instagram message was full of love. 1 month before the Nashville star died at the age of 36, she appeared to be enjoying life with her inner circle, sharing what would become her final post on July 27th. The Heroes actress captioning a black and white photograph of herself with friend Randall Slavin, "Good times and good friend." On August 16th, the actress's rep confirmed to multiple outlets that the star had died, sharing it is with profound sadness that we share the tragic passing of our beloved Hayden.
And I think this is really going to put every system to the test to be able to stop this outbreak.
You mentioned there the mistrust on the ground. We know that in some parts, an area where there is conflict, making it all the harder to get in. But when you talk about things like PPE, personal protective equipment, can more be done there? Also in terms of scaling up the international response. Is it sufficient?
There is more that can be done in terms of getting personal protective equipment, creating Ebola treatment units, increasing the ability to test. And then most importantly, I think, is to get personnel into the outbreak zone to be able to execute those actions. And unfortunately, some of the travel policies, including of the United States, have really disincentivized some of our best resources from going there because they don't want to be stuck in limbo like you just talked about with those individuals from New York that were put into a quarantine. So
as soon as I knew we were about to get a record deal, I never slept. All night long I knew I was going to hell and I wasn't going to be a preacher.
Lord, thank you for this food. We give you thanks so much, Lord, for another year that we loved you and served you.
I didn't put a lot of emphasis in money. So when I preached, it was whatever God provided, that's what we got. Little house here that really wasn't even livable. This is it right here, up there with the bars.
It was one of those things where it was like, if we live our whole lives for God, then why are we living here?
I always felt like we were the Christians and everybody else were sinners.
Adding she was an incredible light and a force of nature who brought immeasurable love and joy to all who knew her and to the millions who watched her on screen. Her cause of death has not been shared. Hayden's final social media post came after a period of opening up more with fans, following the release of her memoir, This Is Me, A Reckoning, back in May.
Lieutenant, stay with me.
Miss, please.
Okay,
Orders. Return to your quarters immediately.
Very good. Right, what do we know? Any squawks that are unassigned, I want to be notified.
Yes, sir.
All right, hey, mode 4s are challenged. Got that, everybody? Mode 4s are challenged.
Sir, there's a second one. Sir, shall I prepare a statement for the Tigers?
No, I'll talk to him.
Yes, sir.
President Trump made this announcement in a Truth Social post where he pointed to a couple of reasons. One was what he referred to as his very good relationship with Kim Jong-un, the North Korean dictator. He wrote that these exercises are not only costly, but he wrote that they also send a signal that is totally inappropriate and hostile to a country that he says, as long as he's been president, has been unthreatening and respectful, referring to North Korea. He also pointed in that Truth Social post to South Korea declining to get involved in that war with Iran. And this announcement came just hours before the exercises between the U.S. and South Korea were supposed to start.
In his formative years, this is the heir apparent of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, looking underconfident in a school music session. The place, Bern in Switzerland, his age around 13. He lived under an assumed name, Pak-un, and this school friend had no idea he was the third son of Kim Jong-il.
Most of the time he was shy, not loud, quiet guy. But when we played basketball, he came up. He could be very aggressive, but in a positive way, and loud, and a little bit of trash talk.
One day in January 2000, he didn't show up at school. and it's assumed he left his life in Switzerland to head for Pyongyang. Around a year ago, rumors as to his true identity circulated, but Marko Imhoff didn't believe them until he recognized his school friend at this grandiose ceremony in October.
I only believe it if I see a picture. And I saw a picture and I can't believe it. It's a strange feeling in the stomach to know a guy who could use a nuclear bomb.
So this is something that is perpetually a challenge, is that you need to get resources into the outbreak, but then you have politicians that are afraid of any kind of exportation of a case, so they make it paradoxically harder to do that by restricting travel into and out of the outbreak zone. So that's been a major challenge, is trying to combat that tendency of policymakers, including the U.S. president, to not allow people to easily go into and out of that outbreak zone, even if they're healthcare workers.
Lieutenant. Sir. We need to bump up on our alert status. COs and the CAD report to air ops immediately.
Yes, sir.
This is the executive officer, Commander Dolan. I have to request that all Tigers report to the folks.
What is it?
All Tigers,
No
please
idea.
report to the forecastle meeting.
What's going on? This some sort of drill or something?
An explosion.
The ship?
New York.
Yo, dude! What you say about New York?
In the book, the actress got candid about her struggles over the years, including with alcohol use and opioid addiction. At the time of the book's release, the actress told E! News how she had been prioritizing her mental health in recent years.
Kind of following.
Mom, look at your baby smoking cigarettes.
First fight of 10.
I swear to God, I'll fight.
Why don't you get the camera?
I don't want to say that my kids are going to hell, nothing like that. But as far as what I envisioned, it's a little different.
Mr. Horner! Mr. Horner! What? Let's go! The bell!
What bell?
I heard this big bang storm went up on the flight deck and I saw these lights and people were running all over the place. And the crew was being briefed on something.
All right, Lieutenant, go to the CDC, tell them we want all communications clear. No messages going out, only official messages coming in. We're gonna have a lot of worried folks out there trying to reach us. A lot of nervous Tigers here trying to reach them, so we're gonna have to help them understand the situation.
Mention those travel bans. I mean, currently we've seen the situation where there are 7 American aid workers. They were in the Democratic Republic of Congo. They're being quarantined instead at a US facility, which is being created in Kenya, as opposed to coming back to the US. How much of a departure is that from what we saw in 2014 in West Africa, for example?
It's a complete 180-degree departure from what we saw during the 2014-2016 outbreak. During that time in the United States, we treated multiple patients, multiple healthcare workers who got infected in West Africa and were treated safely at places like the NIH and Emory in Nebraska. There's a whole system in the United States to take care of these high-consequence infectious diseases expertly and safely. And that they're sitting fallow right now. These were built at taxpayer expense, but nobody is using them. And when we've had 2 Americans get ill, they were treated in Germany. That doesn't make sense. And it really is completely the opposite of the resiliency that we created in this country after the 2014-2016 outbreak.
Well, I do have a great therapist, but always checking in with myself, being self-aware, being surrounded by healthy people who bring out the best in me.
Yes, sir. All right, listen up. Until we get our orders from Operational Command, we're in a holding pattern. We don't know where we're going. Could be Seattle, San Diego, Honolulu, or we could be deployed on a mission. Until we know the full extent and nature of these attacks, we're going to assume the worst and stay on full alert. We have to be ready for battle at a moment's notice. That's not going to be easy with 800 civilians on board. Many of them our own kids. Navy doesn't have a precedent for this. We cannot allow them to interfere with our duties. All of you have to stay on task. That's the best thing you can do for the loved ones on board.
Excuse me. Joey! Hey, where's my mom? It's okay, I'll stay with you. Dad!
Maddie, I need you to stay here for a little while, all right?
Dad, what happened?
She's at her post, son. She'll be with you as soon as she can. You stay here. I need to know where I can find you.
But tell me what's going on, Dad!
Sir, yeah, for a report, sir. The Pentagon's indicated.
Same way.
Yes, sir.
Coming back to the picture on the ground in DRC, is there the potential with what we're seeing right now, and we know that, suspected cases aren't currently being reported, is there the potential that we could see an outbreak that is worse than what we saw in 2014, which was utterly devastating?
If you look at the slope of cases, the slope of deaths, this is on pace to eclipse the 2014-2016 outbreak if it continues at the pace that it's on. That doesn't mean that the fortune is already kind of told. There are ways to interrupt this chain of transmission if resources are there. This is right now the third biggest Ebola outbreak in history.
If I could have your attention, please. I have to make an announcement that we all need to respond to as intelligently and as calmly as possible, since it will impact our lives today, probably for many years to come. We just received word a little while ago that an orchestrated string of airline hijackings has occurred. These planes were used in a surprise attack on the World Trade Center in New York.
I started to live a little more. It wasn't good living, but it got me where I am now, Now I'm living a lot better, only because I went out and I tried it. I'm gonna die, but it ain't gonna be tonight,
Everyone sing to the best of their abilities, God. Prepare for everything. It appears that the attacks are continuing. The nation has gone on full alert. We don't know who's responsible for them or why. What we do know is that at approximately 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, an airliner departed from Boston en route to Los Angeles. It was hijacked shortly after takeoff and diverted to New York, where it was deliberately crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. Almost simultaneously, a second airliner was hijacked, diverted to New York, and also was crashed, this time into the South Tower of the World Trade Center. Both of our towers are destroyed. The loss of life is expected to be in the thousands. There are reports of at least one other hijacking.
Do you not think an angel rides in the whirlwind and directs this storm? This work continues. The story goes on. And an angel still rides in the whirlwind and directs this storm. God bless you all. And God bless America.
Get ready to read all these words on this page without making a mistake. Look at the letter at the end and remember the sound it makes. Get ready. Kite. Yes, kite. Get ready to read this word the fast way. Get ready. Kid. Yes, kid. Sound it out. Get ready. Kid. Sound it out. Get ready. Kid. What word? Kid. Yes, kid. Boys and girls, sound this word out. Get ready. What word? Steal. Yes, steal. Read these words the fast way. Get ready. Play. Yes, play. Get ready. Must. Yes, must. Let's read these words the fast way without making a mistake. Get ready. Kite. Yes, kite. Get ready. Kick. Yes, kick. Get ready. Steal. Yes, steal. Get ready. Play. Yes, play.
This is an extremely grave situation for our country. Let me assure all the family members, the crew who we have on board with us, you're going to be safe. And I want to say that I feel proud that every man and woman on this ship is ready and trained to be part of any response our nation may decide to make against those who have perpetrated these attacks.
Sir, it's now confirmed. A third airliner's crashed into the building.
All right. A minimum crew of the Tigers. Lieutenant Hillman here will be available to answer any further questions you might have. Lieutenant, we're going to head to CDC before we head up to the bridge. Maddie, you got to stay here, all right? Stay here. I'll be back.
Dad!
Today, the crash happened at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time. The jet hitting a portion of the building, which has since...
Here we are, maybe going into battle, and you're busy making cookies?
It's my job, Dad. Just as concerned as everyone else.
No estimates from Pentagon officials on the number of dead and injured.
What did he say?
The Federal Aviation Administration here in Washington has shut down the nationwide...
Pentagon is a huge place.
Emergency crews continue
Chances that
fighting
he was
fire at
anywhere.
Pentagon. Eyewitnesses are reporting a whole...
Uncle Bobby's fine.
About 150 people.
I'm sure he's fine.
What do you think, we can get word to him somehow?
Well, I'll find out. As soon as I hear anything, I'll let you know.
I'm going to want an assessment of all munitions on board, plus a complete evaluation of all the jet fuel.
Sir, another plane's gone down somewhere in Pennsylvania. They think it was headed for Washington. Unbelievable.
Well, let's pray this is the last one.
And sir, we just received word that the White House has been evacuated.
That's confirmed?
Yes, sir.
Are you going up there?
I don't have my orders yet.
Do you think we're gonna get attacked?
Tina, look, the Connie is one of the safest places in the world right now. Anybody who comes near this ship, they're dealing with me.
Denver, we begin with an urgent investigation underway right here in New York City. Police say a 5-month-old baby girl and a 27-year-old woman are dead after a boat capsized late last night near the Statue of Liberty. Another 12 people were rescued, and now the boat operator is facing serious charges.
We know that triggered a massive response. Coast Guard, NYPD, FDNY boats all rushing to the scene. We know that an NYPD helicopter was above. All 14 people eventually pulled from the water, but again, tragically, a 27-year-old woman and a 5-month-old baby girl were later pronounced dead at the hospital. The other 12 people, again, rescued, with survivors reported in stable condition this afternoon. But again, this urgent investigation underway. Investigators are looking into and trying to determine exactly what caused that boat to capsize. We also know the Coast Guard says it's now looking into whether this may have been an illegal charter operation. Essentially, Andrew, whether passengers were being carried for hire without meeting the federal requirements for that kind of trip. So all of that is under investigation this afternoon.
This is just a terrible tragedy, to say the least. All right, Morgan, thank you for that update.
The story of Donald Trump getting on a catering truck from Air Force One and then going on to a smaller airplane to leave Turkey is astonishing enough. It's scary that there was this kind of a threat. But one of the elements of this incredible story has kind of been tempered for some reason. I spoke to a couple of people involved in this story, and I am not sure at all why it's been tempered. I'm told there were more than a dozen members of the White House pool, reporters, along with a handful of White House staff and military personnel, in addition to these uniformed flight attendants, who were on the old Air Force One. And For some reason, they allowed that airplane to take off and fly to London through Turkish airspace when presumably there was a severe security threat such that Donald Trump could not take that state-of-the-art airplane to London.
You will never see it coming. You think I'm joking?
And fire came down from God out of heaven and devoured them. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever.
I'm so glad Jesus saved my soul. You know, I'm so glad, oh, Jesus saved my soul. Well, he saved my soul and made me whole. Now you know I'm so glad Jesus saved my soul. Oh, I'm so glad Jesus saved my soul. You know I'm so glad, oh, Jesus saved my soul. Well, he